Okay, we had 563 preventable driving accidents with 2 fatalities last year. This year, we lost 2 drivers in truck crashes and were involved in a third-party fatal crash. We must reverse the trend. We need you to use defensive driving practices, look ahead, look around, leave room, communicate. Your family, your granddaughter is depending on you coming home every day. Safe following distance. Nearly 100% of all rear end collisions are preventable. The car stopped suddenly in front of me. Nah, it's not an acceptable excuse. Don't be a tailgater. You are in control of your vehicle. You're the captain of your ship. Maintain a following distance. If he stops in front of you, can you stop? At 65 miles an hour, less than a half a second from the car in front of you, you're going to rear end him. You cannot see around him and see what is in front of him. So maintain that following distance. At 62 miles an hour, less than a second ahead, he brakes suddenly. Can you stop? No, it's not going to happen. 5-second rule. What is the proper following distance you need to be between you and the car in front of you? SEVA standard is a 5-second safety cushion. Gulf State's Toyota account is going to be 7 seconds. We're going to beat that 5 seconds. We want more room to avoid it. Quite simply, when the bumper on the car in front of you passes a stationary object, like a sign, start counting the 1,000. If you're less than 5 seconds, reduce your speed. If you're less than 7 seconds, reduce your speed. There's a chart in here that tells you how long it will take you to stop, the braking distance, and I'm here to tell you at 60 miles an hour, it's going to take you if you have a 5-second window, it's going to take you 441 feet to stop. So, and 5 seconds is for a dry, clear road. 7 seconds is for a dry, clear road. Adverse conditions that you can get in include heavy traffic, construction area, night, dusk, dawn, dust or sandstorms, rain or snow, road condition, fog, animal crossings. So think about those and maybe some other conditions that you might get into and increase the following distance by reducing your speed. The appropriate speed for clear conditions is not going to be appropriate for nasty weather. You'll have reduced traction. We all know that these tractors are light in the rear end and they will skid. Back off of the speed. In the fog, you can't scan ahead and see as far. So reduce your speed. Speed will be your enemy. It won't be your friend. Driving in reduced visibility, fog, night, requires you to slow down enough to stop safely within your sight distance. Night driving is the most common time when we drive in conditions of reduced visibility. Our vehicle's headlights allow us to see only 200 feet on low beam and 400 feet on high beam ahead. The following video is a good illustration of that. And this is from our drive cam. And it shows you, note the limited sight distance at 200 feet and the fact at 69 miles per hour, you can only see about 2 seconds ahead of you. Not enough time to avoid an obstacle. So, in a summary, the SEVA standard to maintain 5 seconds of following distance and 6 or more in adverse conditions. It gives you time and space needed to recognize the need to stop and to do so in a safe manner, avoiding sudden evasive maneuvers. Poor following distance directly impacts 5 types of collisions: front end, rear end, side swipe left, side swipe right, run off the road, and roll over. You are in control of where your vehicle is in relation to the other traffic. Maintaining proper speed and following distance for your driving environment is the single best way to prevent a collision. Fatigue. This is a picture of a driver in the camera. He was asleep when they took the picture. So it could have easily been a fatal crash. Recognizing fatigue. Degraded performance while working and driving translates into degraded diligence and decision making. Your margin for error or safety margin is greatly decreased. Poor memory, forgetful, poor decisions, apathetic, lethargic, bad mood, and nodding off, falling asleep. Decreased hand-eye coordination and poor communication and information processing. Poor decision making, fixation on certain aspects of a situation to the neglect of other information. Poor performance despite increased effort. We are poor judges of our own performance levels. Slowed reaction time. It takes longer to react to unsafe conditions, to shut down equipment in time to avoid any roadway obstructions. Reduced vigilance and lower alertness levels. Lapses in attention, inability to concentrate, and keep a visual scan of instruments and gauges. I just want to get finished and get home attitude. We tend to press the envelope of safety more because we are too tired to realize how badly the fatigue is affecting our performance, or we just want to be finished. We also accept lower standards. Duty day limits. No driving after 14 hours from start of work shift. Impairment after 17 hours of continuous wakefulness is the same as 0.05 blood alcoholic content. Do not allow someone to depart if he cannot complete the trip before the 14th hour from start of work shift. Management and driver education, risk indicators, alertness activities, and countermeasures. Be sure that if you are given a prescription at the doctor's, that it is safe for you to drive with that medication. Humans are biologically programmed for windows of sleepiness at about 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Sleeping disorders, sleep apnea, I can't say that. If undiagnosed or untreated, known to 6 to 7 times increased risk for accidents. Sleep loss. Need at least 7 to 8 hours of continuous sleep per day. Continued lack of sleep builds sleep debt. Only proper sleep can erase that debt. Length of continued wakefulness. Periods of wakefulness longer than 17 hours represent a significant fatigue risk. If you have any kind of a problem where you feel like, I am too tired to go on, I've got to pull over and rest, please do so and communicate. If you can't safely come back in, communicate with David, Daryl, or me, we'll get you. Right. You may have to stay there an hour or two till I can get a driver to come get you, but I will come get you. Okay. Do you have any questions?
I actually don't have any questions.
Okay. Well, let me get you to sign